pregnancy with the following points of mind. Firstly, who is a parent? A parent is a person's father or a person's mother. Secondly, what is unintended? Unintended is one you don't intend happening to you. Thirdly, what is pregnancy? Pregnancy is the state of becoming pregnant. Now, with the following points of mind. 1. A parent facing the responsibility of inculcating the fear of God to his or her child, especially the female child, when he or she gives birth to that child. 2. A mother facing the responsibility of cautioning her female child when she is found wanting. 3. Time. A parent does not spend the time in discussing with her female child, giving her sex education, telling her some things she's supposed to know as a female child in order for she not to deviate and in order for she not to get pregnant easily. 4. Displacement of priority. You see, today when a parent send out her female child to stay with his or her grandparent, the duty of the father is to go out, work and bring food to the family, and the duty of the mother is to stay back and take care of that child. But you see the mother not staying in the house. When her husband goes out, she also looks for another side to go, maybe to discuss one thing or the other, thereby leaving her female child in the house for only she to be left alone. Probably her brother can falsely abuse her by raping her. 3. When there is conflict resolution, when there is war between the two spouses, when there is separation between the two spouses, you see the girl, the female child, maybe staying with her mother or her father. By so doing, that child will not have that mind for she to go to school or for she to have a skill that will be good for her. But you see her going out to join some gangs, to go to some boy's house. By so doing, that child can get pregnant. 5. When there is a war in an environment, when there is conflict in an environment, you see when the parents are being separated, you see the female child. When maybe the father can be going to work and his or her female child will be sent to stay with his or her grandparent, that child cannot be given a safe in that physical environment. You see her going out to join some gangs to do one thing or the other. By so doing, she can easily get pregnant. 2. When a female child joins up as a parent, she fails in the responsibility of knowing the kind of company her female child keeps and to know the kind of things her female child is putting on. You can see today in our society that some female children are putting on some things that are attractive to the men, that would make the men to call them at any time. Number 8, when there is hunger in a family. When there is hunger in a family, you see the female child going out to beg maybe her friend. It could be a male friend or following her fellow female friend to go out to beg. By so doing, the girl can easily get pregnant. So with this following point of mine, I believe I have been able to convince you that parents are the cause of not unintended pregnancy. Thank you.
Unwanted pregnancy is a basic critical problems of our society. Teenage pregnancy everywhere, worldwide. Never forgetting my manners, good and moderator, partial and impartial judges, accurate timekeepers, and my co-debaters. I'm here to oppose the motion that say parents are the cause of unintended pregnancy with the following point of mind. 1. Rape. Today, there are so many rapists everywhere, even in the farms. It is noted that women no longer go to farm because of the rapists that are there. Will you tell me that because your mom or your dad is in the house and an armed robber attacked your house and raped the child and it results to an unintended pregnancy? Are you telling me that is the cause of our parents? Are you telling me that is our parents that went and brought in the armed robbers to rape their own children? No, it can never be the cause of our parents. Secondly, you said lack of food. lack of food. There are so many families that don't have food. There are so many families that are not financially stable. But if you look into them, you will see that because of the teenage child, either female or male, because the person has his own self-confidence, even if there is no food, you hunger, you taste, but that doesn't mean that you go and sell yourself. And when they ask you, say, "Is my mom? They did not give me food." That one. Rape. Today, there are so many rapists everywhere. Even in the farms, it is noted that women no longer go to farm because of the rapists that are there. Will you tell me that because your mom or your dad is in the house and an armed robber attacked your house and raped the child and it results to an unintended pregnancy? Are you telling me that is the cause of our parents? Are you telling me that is our parents that went and brought in the armed robbers to rape their own children? No, it can never be the cause of our parents. Secondly, you said lack of food. Lack of food. There are so many families that don't have food. There are so many families that are not financially stable. But if you look into them, you will see that because of the teenage child, either female or male, because the person has his own self-confidence, even if there is no food, you hunger, you taste, but that doesn't mean that you go and sell yourself. And when they ask you, say, "Is my mom? They did not give me food. That is why I'm pregnant." That is why I'm pregnant. You should be ashamed of yourself that you cannot take your own food decision. Even in the Bible, it was noted that Job took his own decision. Even God, when Satan came and took permission from God, you can see that God gave him the permission to go and tempt Job. But with Job having that full confidence, having that trust in God, Job kept his faith and he was not tempted. So as to be narrated to us, we should try to have our own self-confidence. Secondly, drunkenness. We see that today, everywhere, everyone wants to drink hot alcohol. And in this process, the child might be drunk, and the child itself don't know that it will result to one sex or the other. The male then might unconsciously sleep with the female which has been drunk. Are you telling me that it's our parents that will force you to drink the drinks that you get drunk? No. Sometimes you're in your higher institution, your mom is in the house. You can't tell me that your mom will follow you to the higher institution just to make sure that she promotes you. No. You should be up and doing as a teenage girl. I overhear my opponent saying that provision of food. How do you tell me provision of food will cause unintended pregnancy? I never agree to that. Also, secondly, we have advice. Today our parents are good in advising their children, but we, the children, the teenage girls, we want to take it upon ourselves that we are the girls of the day. It's our time, it's our generation. But no, it's not our time, it's not our generation. Our parents are still on that day, they are still in that time. So you better take an advice from your elderly one. You take an advice from my elderly one, but today you can see that our parents will sit us down, try to advise us. They advise us very well, but they can't. But they can't do to it. I hope with this few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that parents are never and will never be the cause of unintended pregnancy.
The chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeepers, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow co-debaters. My name is Ibi Apollos. I'm here to propose on the motion which says parents are responsible for the cause of unintended pregnancy with the following points of mine. 1. Lack of provision. Parents have the vital responsibilities in the activities of their children. Most children fall for guys just because of money, food, and material items. Most parents don't even love their children, they don't provide for them, but they are well pleased to have children. You can imagine a parent using abusive word on her child just because the child requested for something. What do you expect from that child? That child can seek information and ideas from her friends, and that can cause unintended pregnancy. Secondly, we have distant parents. Most parents don't live with their children. Even most of them that live with their children don't even have the time to sit with them and ask them about the challenges they are facing. In the society, even at home, all they are interested is in their work. What do you expect from a child who her parent is always using abusive words on her? That can also make that child seek information and ideas from her friends, and that can also cause unintended pregnancy. Thirdly, we had midnight clubs and partying. Parents of nowadays allow their children to flow under bad influence of their friends. You can imagine a 15-year-old girl allowed by her parents to go to a party party to flirt around with her friends, coming back the following morning to give her parents money. Even if she doesn't have the mindset to do something worse than that, at least you're giving her the assurance to do something worse than that. And that can not also cause unintended pregnancy, but it can also cause a disease incurable for her. Lastly, we have comparison. Most of our parents love comparison enough. Some of them will walk up to you and tell you, look at your mate just finished secondary school. They go and bring money for their parents. What are you doing? You're busy eating my food. Before telling them that, do you know the source of their income? Parents now don't care. They don't have time for their children, and that can also make children seek ideas and information from their friends. Parents now allow us to sell our futures. If we start destroying our futures tomorrow, what do you expect from us today? Please, parents, try as much as you can to sit and advise your children. I haven't said more, but I hope I haven't come here to confuse you, but to convince you that parents are responsible for the cause of unintended pregnancy. Thank you.
Judges, accurate timekeepers, and my co-debaters. Of judges, accurate timekeepers, and my co-debaters. My name is Gladys Godnose. I'm here to oppose an motion which says parents are the cause of unintended pregnancy with this following point of mine. Number one, competition. Most teenage girls want to feel among due to competition, in the sense that when they are going to university, their parents don't normally join them. They are going to university just because of they want fame and they want to feel among. They want to be the latest girl on campus, babe of the campus, just fame. They will start flexing around due to their peer groups influencing them on what to do. They will start going out for midnight club just to get that money to feel among. Just to feel among in order to get that money for what they want. Number two, wanting material things. Most teenage girls, just because of material things, get unintended pregnancy, in the sense that due to their parents cannot give them what they want. In some families, there are some things that their parents don't want their children to do. Some family does allow their children to put on trousers, but when the teenage girl gets to university, she starts putting on trousers just because of she want to be the latest girl on campus, and she has the right to tell her mother that she want that trouser, but her mother will never give her that money to buy the trouser. Just because of that trouser, she will start going out for midnight club, meeting her peer groups, seeking advice from her peer groups just to put on that trouser. Without advice, now she will start going to club meetings with her friends. Them from there now she can get unintended pregnancy. Number three, lack of confidence in teenage girls. Most teenage girls don't have confidence in themselves, in the sense that, for example, they want to write WAEC and their parents don't have that money to give them to write WAEC. Just because they don't have that confidence in them, they will start seeking advice from their peer groups, and in that process of frustration, their peer groups will give them bad advice which they will follow just to get that money to have that WAEC. With that, they will go for midnight club, standing on the road for prostitution work just to get that money to write WAEC. I also heard my little opponent saying about distant parents. Distant parents is just like distant husband, in the sense that most women, their husbands go for offshore work, which they don't come back at that moment. They come back during month ending. In that process, for their husband to go outside, responsible woman would stay indoors because she has that respect for her husband and her children. She will stay indoors without going out to meet other men for money. But irresponsible women will stay at home, go outside, have sugar daddy just because of their husband went outside. If that woman has the fear of her husband and her children, she will never go outside just because of distant husband. It's such as distant children, distant parents. I hope with this few points of mine, I'm not here to convince you, but I'm not here to confuse you, but to convince you that parents are never the cause of unintended pregnancy.
Accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, all protocols do love that. My name is Good News Norma. I'm here to propose an motion which says parents are the cause of unintended pregnancy with the following points of mine. Before I go straight to my points, what is unintended pregnancy? Unintended pregnancy means unwanted constipation. Point one. Human trafficking. What is human trafficking? Human trafficking is the process whereby children and women are taken away from their home to do sexual services within or outside the country. The definition says taken away from their home. I don't think a child will go away from his home without the awareness of his parents. The parents must have planned with the human trafficker, and after they must have lied to them that they will pay them monthly. Point two, sparing the rods. Some parents pet their children so much that they don't even allow the teachers to discipline their children. They left the discipline for only the people that their friends. They will just go and seek advice from their friends. Some parents don't even allow elderly people to correct their children. They even insult the elderly people, fight, even quarrel just because of that child. Why would they rape their children? Point three, careless mothers. Some mothers are so careless up to the extent that they will see their daughters wearing short thing out of the house. They know that that thing is attractive to men. They will not tell their daughters to remove that thing. They will just allow them to go there and say it's their own life. If they get pregnant, it's their business. If they don't get pregnant, some even parents even want their children to bring money to them. They don't even know where they are getting the money from. All they need is just to bring money to them. Some parents even abuse their children if they don't bring money to them. They say, look at your mate. After she wrote our ex, she's bringing money to our family, but you are here eating my food. You cannot even do anything for me. All you do is to eat my food and sleep. With these following points of mine, I know I'll be able to convince you, not to confuse you, that parents are the cause, and we continuously build the cause of unintended pregnancy. My advice to parents is that they should sit their daughter down and advise them for them not to follow what the Bible said in Proverbs chapter 22 verse 3. Train up a child in the way it should go, and when he's old, he will never depart from it. Thank you.
Partial and partial judges, my fellow co-debaters, and the audience. My name is Mary Edmond Sawyer. I'm here to oppose on the motion which says parents are the cause of unintended pregnancy of our generations, with the following points of mine. 1. Jealousy. You can see in our society today how teenage girls are looking outside because due to their peer group's influence, due to how others are being. Look at my mates, they are getting pregnancy. If they give birth now, can you tell me that they will come and withstand me, insulting me, their children? Although I senior them, they will come and withstanding me to insult me. Due to that jealousy and due to stupidity and lack of sense, they will go out to get pregnancy. And when they come back, they will say, my mother is the cause of unintended pregnancy. Can you tell me that your mother is the cause of unintended pregnancy? No! Your mother is never the cause of unintended pregnancy because you have lack of stupidity. Also, you lack stupidity. Also, comparison. I heard my opponent saying some parents today compare their children to outsiders. Even if as a teenage girl, as a child, your parents compare you to outsiders. That look at your friends are going to bring money for me and you're here eating my food. Even if she tell you that one, can't you realize yourself? My mom is telling me this. Can't I go out to do some kind things? Selling of zobo, plating of hair. There are so many skills outside there. You can see the skill accusation we did yesterday. You can see so many teenage girls, go there to have some skills to acquire knowledge. But because their parents told them that they should go out and bring money, they go out to sell their body. When they come back, they say, my mother compared me to this other girl. I believe with this few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that parents are never and will never be the cause of unintended pregnancy of our generation.
The university with his or her female child to nurture that child in order for she not to get pregnant. In some cases, a parent can go to the university, rent an apartment where she and the female child will stay. Or in a case where a child might have brought up in the way of God, the parents have inculcated fear of God in that child. There is no way the child can go to the university and deviate from that which she has been brought up with. So based on this, I still stand on my ground to say that parents will be the cause and shall ever be the cause of unintended pregnancy of this our generation. Thank you.
For ourselves, that we can open our lousy mouth and say that our parents are the cause of unintended pregnancy. Even in the Bible, you can see that God advised Adam not to eat the forbidden fruit, but because Adam did not have that fear, Adam did not have that fear of God. Today we don't fear our parents. That is why Adam was deceived by his wife by eating that fruit. Will you tell me that God is the cause of Adam? Is the cause that Adam ate that fruit? No, you can't tell me that. That is how it is applicable to our youth today. Even if your parents tell you to go out there, that doesn't mean that you go out there to sell yourself. That doesn't mean you go to prostitute. That doesn't mean you go to hawk around. I overheard my opponent saying child trafficking. Child trafficking. Are you telling me that you, as an individual, your mother can connive with people to come and sell you or to take you elsewhere to use you for sex activities? No. If your parents can do that, don't accurate it to all the parents, and don't ever say that parents are the cause of unintended pregnancy. Parents are not the cause of unintended pregnancy. I'm also advising the teenagers to sit upright and to have that full confidence in them, keeping back their parents, not having their parents are there. They should know that when they meet God at the cloud, they are going to give account of themselves and not bringing their parents into the matter. I hope I've been able to convince you people that parents are not the cause and can never be the cause. I will never be the cause of unintended pregnancy.
and I'm here to talk about constitution. But before I start, what is the meaning of government? According to Harcourt in 1978, government can be defined as the policies and machineries of state formulates. What is constitution? Constitution is the set of rules and conventions guiding a state or country. No country can work without the framework of constitution. What are the sources of constitution? We have conventions, judicial precedents, legislative precedents, historical laws, and organic laws. What are the types of constitution? We have written constitution, which are set of rules and regulations that are written down in a single document. And unwritten constitution are constitutions and set of rules that are written down in a single document. We have rigid constitution. They are set of rules and regulations that can be amended, while the flexible constitution are a set of rules and regulations that cannot be constituted. We have the importance of constitution. It protects individuals' rights. According to Section 14 of 1999 amended Constitution, no government is allowed to take any individual's rights. I don't know, most people take the country's individual's life, in the sense that, let me take you back to last year, where a policeman shot a bus driver just because of 20 naira. By rights, you are not right to take any individual's right, because it is written in the Constitution. It tells you the arbitrary action of the government. The government can't take any action without the concept of the Constitution, in the sense that every 4 tenure we do get election, but without the Constitution we can't get election. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Confidence Sanaba. I'm a student of CSS Okujagwa. I'm in SS2 Science. I'm here to talk on my best subject, civic education, in the topic cultism. What is cultism? Cultism can be defined as a ritual practice practiced by a group of people through initiation formalities. If we look in the origin of this cult group, it was traced to the ancient Egyptians, who used their magician power to get magic. Now we have some female cult group in Nigeria, which are the daughters of the ambassadors. We have the red berets, the black pants, and the red brazier. Now, if we look into the existence of this cult group, it was traced back to the pre-colonization, where a group of individuals, in the aim of seeking protection, conducted their ancestors, and this was how the cult group came in from. The first cult group in Nigeria was the Sea Dogs, and